Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request. This time for Steven. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. And this is for the film 2 Days in the Valley from 1996. Now, this is an era when there's a lot of people trying to be Quentin Tarantino, some more successful than others. But you had films like Suicide Teens and this movie and... oh God, I'm trying to think of the others. There was one with, I think, Eric Roberts and Tia Carrere and Chris Rock. Like, they were all in a movie together to try to be a bit Tarantino-like. But the thing is, a lot of the imitators, they're never going to be as good as the original. But it doesn't mean they were all awful either. And this was a decent one. This is my first time watching it. And it's mainly the cast. You got Danny Aiello. May he rest in peace. Wonderful actor. You got James Spader. Love him as an actor. You got Eric Stoltz from Anaconda and The Fly 2. Danny Aiello, of course, he's in one of my favorite films, the original Jacob's Ladder. James Spader, man, Jack's Back, I think, is an underrated one. Of course, he was Ultron in Avengers Age of Ultron. You also got Teri Hatcher, who was Lois in Lois and Clark TV show with Dean Cain. You got, for a bit part, Peter Horton, one of the leads in the first Children of the Corn movie. Charlize Theron from Mad Max Fury Road and Atomic Blonde, she's in this. Looking very hot, very beautiful, all in white. Holy shit, balls of fire. Glenne Headly, she was in Dick Tracy. May she rest in peace. She's in the film. I don't know what else he's been in, but a guy named Paul Mazursky. Jeff Daniels, he's in the film from Speed and Dumb and Dumber. Blake, didn't you miss it? Michael Jai White's in the film. In the kind of a weird scene, which I'll get into, where I don't know if he was dubbed or not. But the movie it's trying to be in that Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction style, where it's a story, but it's not linear in the fact of, we'll be with these people, then we'll be with these people, then we're with this people, then we're with these people, then we're back to these people. So there's all these like separate stories happen at the same time to hopefully come together by the end of the picture. So at times, because of that, it is fragmented. It is kind of like puzzle pieces scattered all around. So at times you almost get like a little bit of whiplash to go from one to the other to over there. Now we're back here again. But I think that the cast helps make it at least a watchable experience. You had Danny Aiello and James Spader as two hitmen that are supposed to go to this job to see this guy named Peter Horton, who's with this woman, Teri Hatcher. They knock out Teri Hatcher with a needle. They talk with Peter Horton. To be honest, it seems like Danny Aiello doesn't know what the whole thing's going on, while James Spader is much more of the villain of the piece. Once they get that taken care of and James Spader kills that guy, they leave, but then James Spader tries to kill Danny Aiello and leave his body behind, but Danny Aiello had a bulletproof vest. So you have his story where he needs to find a place to go. He finds this rich guy whose assistant is Glenne Headly, and Danny Aiello and her really form a quick, easy bond with each other. And he also sees how the rich guy's treating her like shit, so he gets pissed at the rich guy for how he's treating this lady. And the rich guy, before that, he was like in all this pain, like a kidney stone type of pain, and he was like knocked down the road. And Michael Jai White, who's stealing a car, comes by It's a dubbed. I don't know if it's dubbed or not. It sounded dubbed, and it sounded like someone trying to have a very fey. Oh my god! Like gay voice, and I say that because there's a gay club right by where he's at. So I think that's what they were going for. And so, even though he's still in the car, he picks up the guy, puts him in the car, drives the car away. I guess got him to the hospital. You never see Michael Jai White's character again, so I thought that was weird. Like, you bring that up and then you never see his character again. I thought that was a bit random. And Danny Aiello has a thing where he hates dogs, and the rich guy does have a dog, so he tries to keep the dog outside. So it's him taking this rich guy and this assistant hostage. You have James Spader with his woman, played by Charlize Theron. Then you find out they're connected with Teri Hatcher because Teri Hatcher hired them to kill her husband for the insurance money, but she just didn't know they were going to do it at her place while she was there. Then you had Jeff Daniels and Eric Stoltz as two cops working Vice. Eric Stoltz isn't happy about it. At Jeff Daniels, he's just always pissed off, which was fun to see. Because they're working massage parlors, and where else are you going to have Jeff Daniels say, I hate whores? I like women, I like Asian women, I just hate whores. And then on another story, you have Paul Mazursky as this TV director who's got a little dog. He's very depressed to the point that he's suicidal. He even goes to a grave. I think his wife is there, like, having passed away. He's ready, but he's like, the dog's barking. Hey, go off, someone will find you. Sees a person, tries to get her to take the dog. She's like, I don't know, okay, fine, come with me. I may know someone who wants the dog. And that person is the rich guy, so that's when those characters don't get together. Like I say, it's all this little stuff happening, and so it does seem very scattered. But like I said, the cast, they're fun to watch. Danny Aiello is a lot of fun. He's a great actor, greatly missed, very underrated actor. Hell, he was good in that Jackie Chan movie, The Protector. And he's always been good. And he's a lot of fun. Like, he gets pissed off when his toupee teeth's falling, or he takes him hostage, and give me this and this. What, you want to eat? No, I'll cook. Or he's like got the gun on the dog. He's like, you prick fuck. You fuck prick. Get this dog out of here. Or he's sticking up for Glenne Headly and going, fuck no, you don't need a nose job. This guy's a fucking prick. He's talking shit to the rich guy. Because the rich guy was shitting on her. And she does seem like a very nice lady, Glenne Headly. Her and her character, so sadly that she's passed away. And the way Jeff Daniels and Eric Stoltz get involved is just Teri Hatcher wakes up all bloodied, sees what happened, goes find the cops, brings them there. And then it's revealed that she's worked with these other people. And then Eric Stoltz knows that something's up, but Jeff Daniels like, that's not our job. We're not homicide. And Jeff getting more and more pissed. And kind of some weird bits of the writing. Like Jeff Daniels, he kind of just disappears in the movie. Because there's a bit where there's more spoilers. It's a pretty funny scene, though. He goes home. We get the idea that he's divorced and he wants to get a present for his daughter. And he sees, like, golfers nearby, and one of them break his window. He pulls a gun on them. I'm tired of you guys breaking my fucking window. So when he goes back, he finds a letter in his jacket, and the letter says that your psychological evaluation was a failure. You need to turn in your badge and gun. So Jeff Daniels like, fuck. And that's the last time you see him. Because you think, okay, well, maybe he's going to do something crazy, or maybe he's going to do something insane, or maybe he's like, fuck you, I'm going to help Eric Stoltz. No, you never see Jeff Daniels again. Just kind of a weird, I guess, end to that character. But, I mean, I guess that makes it at least a little bit different. At least a little bit unique. Maybe I'm just bummed because I like him as an actor. I wish we could have seen more of him. And him get implemented into the second half of the movie. Like maybe he's thinking what Eric Stoltz said, and he could have Eric Stoltz's back when Eric Stoltz is almost ready to get killed by James Spader, and then there's Jeff Daniels. It'd be cool to see Jeff Daniels and James Spader go at it, because I like both of those actors. Sadly, that's not the case. They never share the same frame together. James Spader goes back to get this money from this vase. Why do I keep saying vase? Safe. For some reason, I think safe and vase are the same thing. It's like the second review I've done that. I fucking say safe and but it means safe by safe vase. I don't fucking know. And he's trying to get this money, and two other cops come by. One of them is Keith Carradine, who I remember from Southern Comfort, but they get killed pretty easily. Then Eric Stoltz comes in. And James Spader is great. He always had that cool, sadistic gleam in his eye. And he could be like a... like a hypnotizing stare. And you just see that sense of intensity and danger in his eyes. And you just know something's up with him. And cool, calm, collected. You know something could just as well turn on a dime. But at the same time, you could play it cool and calm. Big fan of James Spader. I will say it kept me interested to see where it was heading. Like how all these stories were going to converge. So the movie does a nice job of that. And at least each one's populated by some pretty good actors. Aiello, Spader, Jeff Daniels, Eric Stoltz is a good one. So, speaking of Tarantino, he was in Pulp Fiction, Eric Stoltz. So at least there's that. And spoiler at the end, Teri Hatcher and Charlize Theron get into a fight. She wounds Charlize. Teri Hatcher gets away. Charlize goes to Spader. Spader's like, oh, I can't take you to the hospital. That's not a good idea. They think Spader gotta take care of this, and she escapes. But as she escapes, she gets on the road, and that's when this car stops. And in one of the cars is Danny Aiello, who has his hostages. Then he recognizes her. Then he knows what's going on. Eric Stoltz is there, wounded, while Aiello and Spader are having a firefight with each other. Paul Mazursky's TV director gets into the mix of things. And other than Jeff Daniels kind of disappearing from the movie, not kind of, he does. It's nice to see how the characters kind of are brought together. Like I say, it was kind of, okay, that's how they do it. Okay, interesting. It didn't do too bad of a job with the dialogue. There's some decent, funny, humorous parts in the movie. Very well cast. That's definitely the number one thing about it. Again, because of the scattered nature, let's say, like to repeat myself, it does feel a little bit of whiplash. You go from here to here to here. Like I say, there's some people like Jeff Daniels, which were there's more of them utilized. It doesn't have as much of the sharp writing of a Pulp Fiction or other Tarantino films. So it's not as punchy with the dialogue, as finely tuned in the editing as some of Tarantino's, especially his earlier pictures. But I think if you like the cast and if you see the trailer, it's definitely worth the watch. It may be, quote, a Tarantino knockoff, but it's not a bad one. I think it's a decent one. Yeah, like I said, it's worth a watch. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.